it's interesting too, I briefly mentioned just the notion of the extended enterprise. And, when we engage contractors or subcontract out certain work to other organizations, part of the reason why we do that is because we want that organization to sort of be responsible, or we have a belief that they are more capable with limited time and resources to do something that we cannot, or that we're unwilling to do, we can't do, we just don't want to do in some way, shape, or form. And the whole idea of being able to control or have influence over the extended enterprise in the way that those employees are engaged on some of the positive pieces, meaning that some of the things that we were just talking about, do you like your job? Do you like your boss?
Right.
We're going to have no influence over that with them.
Right.
But on the compliance and ethics side, it is very typical for us to be setting boundaries for the extended enterprise.
Yeah.
The reason why I sort of mention that, I'd be curious your take on this, is it's almost like compliance, ethics, and risk is the only tool that we have in a proactive way to be able to reach into the extended enterprise and have any hope of engaging that employee into what we want accomplished more generally for our organization.
Right.
Does that make sense? Just that, we don't have that proactive side. We can't affect their boss or their work environment necessarily, but we can affect, as contractors, what they're signing up for when it comes to the boundaries of the job and how they conduct themselves.
Right. Well, and I think that, there is still that slight element of proactive thinking, in the sense that, when you think about anti-corruption policies or, anti-bribery training, and you think about how do you go about ensuring that, not only do your employees understand where the boundaries are, in terms of, corrupt behavior and things like that, and not walking down the path of bribing a foreign official. How do you then make sure that all of the contractors you work with, they might be in these sort of high risk corruption countries. They may just be working here in the United States. How do you make sure that those third parties represent the same kind of values and really see those values as just as important as you do, and make sure that each and every one of those employees that's operating on your behalf is really thinking about it in that same way. And I think that's really the challenge when we think about a lot of organizations focusing on anti-bribery training. Well, it isn't just about making sure that you check the box and that you've sort of done the job of what the regulators have expected, but it's how do you then sort of embody that with all of your employees, but also your third party contractors that help you execute on your daily operations.